This will not defeat me.
Beginning of the project and an intro already?
Heck yes.
I have a little series on this channel where I like to try and recreate things that I see elsewhere, whether that be Pinterest or an influencer on TikTok. I like to try and recreate outfits that I like. And today's outfit was inspired by this photo. I have no idea who this stunning lady is. If you know, let me know so I can credit her for her photo. But I just saw it on Pinterest and I just absolutely love the dynamic of the black and the yellow on the bottom and like the drapery of the bottom. So that's what we're gonna do today. One of these patterns is free, the skirt pattern. It's actually a dress that I'm making into a skirt. You know what? The top's gonna be hopefully easier. I'm gonna eat those words. The top is gonna be hopefully easier, so let's start with it. I have the mock-up fabric all cut out already. So let's just get the top together. It is done in woven. I'm not doing it in woven. I'm gonna do it in stretch because that's what I got. And so I'm not gonna put a zipper in, I'm just gonna put a back seam in. No big deal. First things first, she has us marking, zigzagging and marching, zigzagging and ironing the hems and the edges. But I'm not gonna do that because this is double knit poly. It doesn't really fray. So I'm not too worried about that. So I'm gonna skip it. I do want to hem it after. I don't want to hem it before. She does you hemming each individual piece. And I've been burned before about things not lining up, so I'm gonna do that last. So we're gonna jump to step 2, which is sewing the darts. I did make a mistake. I accidentally cut the darts out of this instead of leaving them in and folding them. My bad, thank goodness it's stretchy. So I'll be sure not to do that in the next one. A trick that I've been told about gathers is if you knot, or darts, is that if you knot the top piece, it won't pucker up like it does. Which to me is like borderline witchcraft, but sewing feels like magic sometimes. Especially when I make stuff for people, it feels like putting all the love into it. These instructions are wild. Half of them are in, I believe, Spanish, and half of them are in English, and I feel like that's how it's divided, is that half of them, and not the same half, not the same stuff. Because there's things that there's pictures for things that does not have the instructions that I'm looking for. So I'm going to join the backs with the cats. Craft with cats, they said. It would be fun, they said. Oh my goodness, look at all that hair. Jeez. Okay, I'm gonna sew the front pieces to the back, I think. I hope. This can't be hard, it's a top. How hard is a top? Really, though. All these famous last words. I don't know how much of these instructions I'm going to be following because I'm a bit concerned that I'm confused about them all. How did I get that to the wrong side again? Oh my goodness. Let's start with the easy, I said. I knew it. The second I said it, I knew it. Yeah, she's got a YouTube video. I'm going to watch that. That sounds like a better idea. In case you're keeping track, I have absolutely no idea what the seam allowance is. I'm going with 3/8 because that's usually what it is. What I am going to do is I am going to sew the hem on this front piece. This will go here like this, and I just find that it will probably be easier if I sew a hem on this. Now it looks like we're going to run a gathering stitch in here. Yes, we're going to run a gathering stitch in here and gather it up. The only problem with these tiny little satin pins is that I often just accidentally leave them places. Ooh, on the floor, in the clothes. Are they neat and nice? Yes. Is it worth the pins everywhere? I don't know yet. I don't know. Maybe. Oh, my eyebrows are okay. Oh, and then it's the sleeves. Okay, so I'm gonna gather these. Looks like she gathers them all the way up. So I guess I'll gather them all the way up like this. It is real wild trying to follow a tutorial that is not in the same language. Not that it should be in the same language. I mean, how much do we expect people who don't speak English to follow English patterns? I think what we're doing is we are making a casing. Ow! Not a pattern. Hold on. Don't let your cat hair rage out yet. Remember, you love those furry little turkeys. Like hair everywhere. I think we're gonna make a casing here, and then we're gonna sew the hem here. I think. I was supposed to use facing here instead of a elastic casing, but you know what? The bulkiness of the shoulders and sleeves in the photo I don't really like, so I mean, this is what I'm gonna do. Because it's too late to go back now. It says that the elastic should be 3 to 5 centimeters smaller than the facing. I cut through the middle and put it about 4 centimeters, and that takes me to 31. I did 31. I'm gonna give this sleeve the biggest seam allowance that I can. Touch concern, based on an impromptu pin-filled try-on. Just a little bit. Okay, so one sleeve's done. I'm not too mad about it. I think it's cute. So I'm going to put the other one together as well. I missed a very important part in the beginning, and I should have known. What did I do? Make 100 wrap dresses, it feels like? It wasn't 100. It felt like 100. And yeah, they weren't real true wrap, but I know that you have to kind of wrap them in order for it to wrap. And what did I do? I didn't sew them into the side seam. That did not happen, which means that I have to completely take apart the side seams and resew them. Good thing that it wasn't a big zigzag. I got the sides all seam ripped and pinned back together, and now we're going to sew them together and see how it looks. I have the top sewn together. I don't think I'm going to be able to see how it looks until I have the sleeves on. And then there's more to do. There's a tie. We'll get there and we'll figure out where that's going. We definitely have a problem here. I did cut the smallest size available because I knew I was making stretchy, and it's still very gaping. Like, that's not going to work for me. So I'm going to have to take it in here. This is where I'm going to have to take it in. I'm going to have to take it in quite a bit. Like a little bit. But I think once that's done, it's going to look very, very cute. Okay, I have this is the top piece, and these are the two together, and I'm going to just cut this piece off and join it here. So I'm not going to make a curve or anything, I'm just going to make it curve down and join this seam. And then we'll baste it in and do it all again. This looks remarkably better already. So I'm definitely going to sew it in and do the other side. I love how this gathers here. I think it's incredibly cute. And so what I've done is I've just stretched this. Oh no, this sleeve! Oh, there it is. When I'm matching it up, I've just stretched this along here so that when it snaps back, it gathers. I hope that makes sense. But that's what I did here. And I love how high and low it drops. Here we are on where we got to with the top yesterday. I'm actually not mad at it, but it definitely took a lot of alterations to get here. But I'm very, very happy with how it turned out. You can wear it like this, or you can wear it off sleeve like this. And that's also very cute. Yeah, I'm very happy with it, and it stays. I definitely would recommend doing as...
You can say hi to the people? You can say hi? Oh, you say hi, no. Good girl.
Okay, so now I have to figure out how the bow. I forgot to turn the light on, that's why it's so dark. Now we're gonna have to figure out where the bow goes. Yeah, that whirring in the background is my heater again. We're like deep into winter here in Canada. It's cold. Like we had minus 41 yesterday in where I am. Still not as cold as where like Kate lives. If you're not familiar with Kate, I've done stuff for her on the channel. She's been here sometimes from a distance because she lives where it's real cold. It was like minus 48 the other week there. Ooh, and that's Celsius. I don't know what the translation would be, but it's cold. What I'm going to do is I'm gonna fold these right sides together. I'm gonna sew these right sides together, and I'm gonna sew these ends closed. I'm gonna sew these ends closed here so that when I go to sew it on, I can flip them and these ends are closed. And then I'm just gonna sew this all the way along, like a waistband. Hey you! What are you doing down there? Well, you want to come in here too? Were you summoned? Come on, crazy! Yeah, he's here. Don't get you mad at that. That's not your spot. None of this is your spot. Hi, big eyes. I know. She's the worst. She picks on him. Fen is her litter mate. Salem's not. She's mean to both of them. And she looks cute and innocent. Don't believe it. Don't believe it. It's lies. The cake is a lie. Okay, you sit there. Sit. Don't get, my goodness, you guys. My goodness. Just can't keep it together. I'm gonna go with zigzag stitch. Can't take it out, but if it doesn't work, well, we'll know for next time. It is done. There are some things I'm going to fix on the other version. One of them being, I'm not going to do a tie in the back. I'm just going to do a lower waistband because I like the look of this. So now it's time to get started on the other one. You'll see at the end of the video. The whole reveal will be at the end of the video this time. Changing things up. So be sure to check there for how this top turned out. And now we're going to make the skirt mock-up. And then you'll see the whole outfit at the end of the video. I absolutely buggered something in my back and shoulder. So I have to baby that a little bit. I'm having a hard time even like looking around. But time waits for nobody. So let's get started on this skirt mock-up. The pattern is free. It's a free pattern from Mood Fabrics called the London Gown. And now I'm concerned about this being not the easiest because all of their instructions are on the blog post. And I've read through them a couple times and I can't make sense of them. So I'm hoping it needs to be in front of me and I need to be able to see it in order for it to make sense. So, okay, so first things first, we're gonna be using this. It looks like, it looks like we're gonna take these pieces here and sew them together like you would a dart, only they're open-faced. I've got pins everywhere. I really need to clean up the studio before I continue, but like, that's not gonna happen. I can hardly move. I did accidentally cut open this dart as well. I wasn't sure this one was a dart. So that's my bad. We're gonna sew these together. I also didn't know this dress is a bias cut. I also did not know that until I cut it out and I was like, oh, the green line sideways. And then I got all cut out, I was like, wait a second. So I've never worked with a bias cut before, so we'll see. We'll see how that works. Wait, now we got this weird bump in here, so we're gonna go iron that out. As far as I can tell, it's supposed to be there. Somehow having it in front of me, ow, is not helping me see what I'm doing wrong. Okay, even though she sews up this dart seam in the first couple pages, now when we've moved down to joining the dress seams, this isn't sewn in and it's incredibly confusing. It sort of feels like she's bouncing around not in the right order, and I'm not sure if I'm the problem or the instructions are the problem or if I'm missing something, but I'm gonna undo this dart because that's how it appears to be, and then the overlapping will make sense. As long as this dart isn't in, even though it was put in the beginning, it makes sense with this not being sewn. This is a tough one. This is a tough one. Because now the right skirt will overlap this panel to create that wrap opening effect. Yeah, it was that dart. Taking out that dart made everything make sense. So this piece is overlapped and running down here So we're gonna sew it all the way up and across this, and then it's overlapped here. So this is overlapped. And then we fold that seam where the dart should have been in on itself down into here, because that's where it's gonna open for here. And then we're just gonna stitch all that together all the way down to the end of that slit, or to the end of the where you sewn them to join them last time.
I got the skirt done. And I thought it was gonna be a happy achievement. Yay, let's move on to the actual one, except for I put it on and I hate it! This is not the face of a happy person! I feel I'm usually very jovial. Today is not that day. I'll show you. I'll show you.
Here's my problem. My problem is that this is kind of cute. I like this. This though, this is useless. What is this? What is this dart doing here? It is unnecessary, and it makes everything look just not great. And it's also really tight in here, which is sort of affecting how this drapes, because it just pulls too tightly. It can't drape nicely. You know, if it was like, if it was here, you could see like the draping happening here. So it's not good. It's not good. I should have known. I should have known. So I have completely cut this right pattern piece apart. I've got some Frankenstein-esque thing going on here. The left side is fine, I feel. I feel that the left side is fine. However, if I make this skirt bigger, this back seam is gonna be funny. I don't know what to do. Yeah, I know, it's stressful. I think I'm gonna try it. I've got some fabric back here that I have a ton of. I have a lot of it, and hope that we get something. I'm not gonna cut the whole skirt out. I think I'm gonna cut it short. I don't want to use all of this fabric. Oh, let's see if we can make something work here. This is probably not the best fabric to use as a mock-up, but it's all I had that I had a lot of that I don't really care too much about. At least I'll get an idea of what we're looking at. This is the same fabric as I made that green dress last spring, that green wrap dress. Ah! Get off. Well, I think that is much better. Could just let it fall too. That could be cute actually if I just zigzag this whole edge up and then just let it fall. That might be really nice. The fabric isn't that heavy though, so I will have to try it out and see how it goes. Okay. That's what I think I'm gonna do. Wish me luck, guys. Wish me luck. Whoa! This skirt is driving me crazy. I got it all together and I put the zipper in. Turned out there was a big bubble in the butt, so I had to fix the height of the waist, and then I put it back on. It doesn't fit my waist anymore, so now I have to take the zipper back out and I have to cut up the back of the skirt and hope that works. So that's where we're at. That's where we're at. It's just been one thing after another. I should have just done a different pattern, but I like how it looks. I just don't like the back. The front looks so pretty, and you'll see that when I get it fixed. This will not defeat me. So now I'm just gonna cut up the back here, like this, a little bit, and hope that fixes it. I'm done with the zipper. I'm done. I'm gonna sew it up and I'm gonna put an elastic in it and hope that that does the trick. This has been so frustrating. So absolutely frustrating. So I'm just gonna sew up the seam, square off the waist, and sew an elastic in. Yeah. It's -20 outside. This is all you guys got. Ooh. That's it. I'm not going.
That's it, I'm not going.
I think I'm so funny. Okay. So here's the finished product. I love this drape and skirt. I love that I left this down because it just creates a really cute little ruffle. Would I use this pattern again and make something? No. No, I would not. This was one of the hardest things I've ever done, and it was a labor of love. It was, whew, I even threw out the pattern afterwards. I was like, I can't even look at it. I don't know if you've ever been so angry at a pattern that you just crumbled it up and threw it out because you were so mad, but that's where I was. This top, however, I love this top. It needs to be like a gown or something. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. So you'll probably be seeing this one again at some point. But yeah, I hope you liked the video, and love you guys, and we'll see you later.